with that. Get the You're not walking away with it, James. Wait. You aren't taking nothing, asshole. You aren't taking nothing. Get the out of here. I'm going. You ain't taking nothing. Drop it, you piece of shit. You fucking thief. The rest of us pay the shit that we pay because of you, you bag fucker. Come. What the
Neighborhood Watch apparently was out in Vermont. They took upon themselves to attack, assault, and stop this thief here from running out of a Home Depot with all that power equipment. Let's go to some DS really fast because police charged Timothy Shaw, the guy who was stealing there. He's 42 years old of Rutland, Vermont, with grand larceny after that November 26th incident. According to a Vermont State Police spokesperson, Shaw, who appears to have been assaulted in the video, declined to press charges. I wonder why, because he had like $1,000, $1,500 worth of equipment in that basket there, obviously stealing. He declined to do that obviously because he was going through all that. He was arrested after the Home Depot incident and is now being held without bail on numerous charges stemming from a November 22nd incident. Yeah, different from that November 26th one, in which he allegedly pulled a knife on employees while trying to steal from a tractor supply in Rutland. According to an affidavit written by Ted Washburn, who's a deputy police chief. So this guy continues to try and steal. This particular time, these neighborhood watch guys came up, assaulted him because that's what we see the cops do, and ended the whole thing. I see how that whole thing works, but there's a little bit more though, because they had the police had this whole interaction about this because they know the guy. And they've had to deal with this over and over and over again. Here's what the police response was. Shaw, who has 5 previous felony convictions as well as 22 misdemeanors, is well known to Rutland Town Police. So too is this Home Depot video. They know all about this guy. Where Shaw got the S kicked out of him by would-be contractors, is what Ed Dumas, the Rutland Town Police chief, said when asked about that whole incident there. So they know about it. I guess they don't really care that much. I mean, the guy keeps stealing. Maybe if the legislator, this is what the cops continue to say, maybe if the legislator would let us change the bail laws back, so when that guy steals from 3 different businesses in one day, we could put him in jail. That wouldn't happen. We do not like arresting the same people 4 times in one day for the same crime. Which I understand that frustration, Jordan. I get it. And I think maybe some of these bail laws change because of the extreme amount of time people spend in prison or just in jail between the time they're arrested to the time they actually get to their speedy and fair trials that never are speedy and sometimes are fair. So that changed, but now we have a different issue because of it. Maybe there's some other kind of reforms we have to do with our judicial system to make this happen better so police aren't frustrated, and also vigilantes, which there's more on them because they've taken it upon themselves to expand. First, your thoughts on this, Joe Jordan?
A repeat shoplifter is not going to get me to support like tougher bail laws. It's not. It's a non-violent crime. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have any loyalties or sympathies for Home Depot, especially because the CEO is some like right-wing mega donor. It's like, if I see you stealing, no, I didn't. Like, I don't care. That is an excuse. I mean, who cares about the well-being of Home Depot? Like, it's not my family. The excuse that shoplifting has required companies like Walmart, we're seeing this trotted out by Walmart and Target right now. Shoplifting means they have to increase prices. Oh, we're in this really tough spot. We have to increase prices. They had a record, they both had record years in 2021, colossal quarter ones this year. Inflation has chipped into people's ability to spend a little bit, but these are fine. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. A little bit of shoplifting here and there isn't going to make or break their financial well-being. But what they're doing is they're trying to increase prices to jack up profits, and they're blaming people who more often than not are taking things out of necessity. And I think what people really need to understand, when all of these shoplifting stories, there's a good chunk of them. It is for them. It's I need to get by. There are things that I need. There's things that I really can't afford. And that's their option. That's sad. If we had a system where everyone was taken care of, everyone had their material needs met, and everyone had a robust, healthy, income, healthcare, job, benefits package, everything, That's the way to mitigate shoplifting. Tougher bail laws is not going to do anything. All that's going to do is increase their financial burden.
100%. And also people maybe find other ways around it once it's happening. Again, this is the whole difference. And I've said this on a previous show. I think it was about gun violence or the way the gun control debate always happens. A lot of times folks, I guess, from left-leaning thought processes are, this is a problem. No one is excited about crime. No one wants more crime, but that's always the way these things are portrayed. The difference is how do you expect it to end? There's a punitive approach that many conservatives like to think that as long as we continue whooping people, assaulting them, tossing them in jail for whatever level of crime that it is, it'll end. That's the way we've always done it. Has it ended? We keep doing the same thing and then complain about it and then claim to other people who want to do something different are the reasons why it keeps happening. We haven't tried anyone else's ways yet. We haven't discovered the root of the problem and then cut off that problem by maybe increasing people's opportunities for a better life. And then maybe some of those crimes would go down. At least the ones that people feel they need to do out of necessity. Then we're left with the ones that people just think it's fun, because there's people who do that. Many times they're little rich kids who have nothing else to do. Let's keep it real about that too. The senseless crimes that actually, the senseless thefts that many folks may carry out. Like it was just fun, we were bored on Saturday. But things like this, even this guy was looking to sell it to get some cash. I don't know his motivations, but yes, it was a crime. Yes, he was hemmed up, but how do we stop it? We're looking for revenge rather than prevention, and that's the big difference. Let's keep it real. And the rest of these guys, by the way, started some vigilante group. There's another group in the same area that started trying to do neighborhood watches and all that stuff. I would get into details of that, but you can understand how that looks, and also what it could lead to, because the cops don't want them having that as well. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I want your last thoughts on at least my thought of how these things could end. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's taking care of everyone. Like that's the solution. A society where everyone is taken care of, where people aren't living paycheck to paycheck, where people aren't going into medical bankruptcy, where they aren't getting paid a substandard wage. Like we talk about minimum wage increasing to 15 as it's some pipe dream, but that's not even enough. The way the cost of living has increased over the past 10, 15 years, the way the cost of housing and healthcare and everything has increased over the past 20 to 30 years. $15 an hour is nothing. If everyone was taken care of, you would see a huge drop, if not a complete and total elimination of this type of stuff, because people aren't doing this for like sport or because they want to. So many people are doing this out of necessity, so they could take these things, resell them, pay their bills, afford groceries, pay for their family. Like you need to live. Like the dismissal of people's economic conditions, especially from the right, is really disgusting. What do you expect these people to do? Where are they gonna? They're not just going to disappear. They ultimately just want them to die off. Sweep them under the rug. They're out of sight, out of mind. But these people are still alive and they need to pay for things. And if they don't have a job, if they don't have a job that pays well, if they're buried in debt, credit card debt, medical debt, they're back on their rent. What are they supposed to do?
They're supposed to continue to be beholden to the system to take whatever it is and whatever wages there are. By the way, there's my last thought on this, Jordan. You said take care of people, and the thing is that would make many people bristle that disagree. But the mindset is people, we all pay into this thing. We all pay tax into this whole system, and we have this thought process where we don't deserve the benefits of being an American. We brag about how great we are, but then we tell folks who are Americans that you don't deserve those benefits and those opportunities. What the F is the point of this benefit of being this great American if we're shut out of our system that we pay into? And these people, these rich folks who get away with not paying their taxes, the Home Depot folks maybe, the CEOs and all that, the folks who get away with this, if they want their crime to go down, you can be part of the entire system and then people won't be prone to do it as much. And maybe that helps you, but that's not the objective.